Let me start by bringing the salutation of the Swiss authority to your Congress, and thank you for the invitation. We Swiss people are living in a complicated country. It's a small country with a lot of people with 3 different languages. It's steepy, we have mountains, we have grass, we have cows, we have milk, we have cheese. So we speak Italian, we speak German, we speak French. I speak French. I tried to speak English today. We have different culture, but I think we like to live together. I think. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. So we are a little bit used about cooperation, about working together when we come from different places. My colleague, Christian Collin, come from the German-speaking part. I come from French-speaking part. We do the same job, but we do it differently. And that's the interesting part in it. So we are a little bit used of producing complicated objects like dam, cable car, cheese, as I said before. We used to build cathedral. We don't do it anymore. But I think we kept this way of transmitting competence from one generation to the other. And this is the direct way between the coach in the company and the apprentice. The same like in the Middle Age, when they were building cathedral. It's still the same tradition, the same way of working. So it's not to learn by heart that we have to do. It's learning by doing. It's really learning through the relation with the coach in the company. You will not remember about the book. You will not remember about the school, but you will remember about your coach, about your teacher, about the person. And that's the main thing. So this relationship between the coach and the apprentice is the heart of the system. The rest is accompanying measure to support and increase the learning process. So I would like to illustrate my presentation with a symbol. And as a Swiss, you can guess what symbol I will take. A watch. A watch. So let's see how the wheels turn. And I'll try to show you that in my example. So as I said, it's complicated. But it works. It works quite well and it's robust. It's a 3-level system. And I will speak especially about the 2nd level. That's where the apprentice passes the most of the time. He starts here with the age of 15, 16, and it lasts 3 to 4 years. So it will finish at 19. And with 19, he has a job. He has a profession. He knows how to work. He can go on the market and he finds a job. Usually, we don't use apprentice here. If it's too difficult, they can go down to this level. It's a 2 years apprentice, a little bit easier, and then they can continue here, and then they can do a baccalaureate and go on the 3rd level if they want to. Usually we have 1/3 that continue to the upper level. So, voila, that's where 70% of the students, of the youngs, are general education, college, university in Switzerland is not always the way to find a job. We have much more unemployment on the university way compared to the other way. Especially if you compare the different part of Switzerland, if you take Geneva, or if you take Basel or St. Gallen. St. Gallen has more tradition like building cathedral. So, and the unemployment has really a direct relationship to either they go to university or they go to vet. It's a bit short, my explanation, but it is so. So 2/3, 1/3. Okay. It's like a wheel, as I said before. So when you start in my school, we say, you will never go away from us. In fact, when you start in our school, we will see you for your whole life. And when they're 15, they say, "What? No, we don't want that. No, no." But it is so. I have agriculture in my school, and they start as apprentice, and then they continue in the upper level, 1/3, and then they are the master that teaches to the apprentice. And this will is very important. We don't have to explain them how it works, because they are from the system. And this long tradition is really the heart of the thing. Sometimes we have people that come to Africa and from Africa, and they say, "Oh, you have nice building, nice farm." We will never have that. I said, it's not so important. I can throw that away. What I need is my companies in the fields that works with me, with the school. And if the class is good or not, it's not so important. What is very important to have those people who works with me, and they know how it works, what they have to do. Okay, what do they have to do? I prefer this one, dual. We have also school vet, that means full-time school, but only 10%. And it's quite expensive, and it's quite difficult to stay up to date, because the technology evolved quickly. The companies, the firms have to follow, but the school try to follow. Okay, this duality, what means dual? It means different confrontation sometimes, different aspect of thing, of looking at the same thing. Why 3 places? Why do we do that so complicated? I think maybe because we're Swiss. But our wheels must turn together and at the same rhythm. So who gives the rhythm? I give the rhythm. In my county, I give the rhythm. I say, now we do this, now we do this, now we do this, now we do this. And they say, how do you decide that? I cannot decide it by myself. We decide it together. Okay, so we have to have this collaboration with the different actors. So I'm responsible for that, for the school. They come to the school not too often. They should not come too often. Too much theory is not good. It's not good. They must come sometimes, and then they have to practice, and then come back and practice. Otherwise, you don't remember. Branch course, it's something new. We didn't have that before. Block courses, it's in fact what nobody wants to do. So we say, okay, one have to do that. Maybe because it's too complicated, maybe because it's too expensive, so we do it centralized. It's practical, centralized, and in agriculture it's 4 days, in forestry it's 20 days because big machineries, and so it's different for each profession. Okay, dual. Well, the guy from the Swiss government, he told me, he said, you have to explain then how it works, dual, because I think it's different in Sweden, in Norwegian, excuse me. But I don't know how it works, but you have to explain them that we have many, many, many different systems. So the one I show you here can be correct for one profession, but not for the other one, can be correct for one district, but not for the other one. What we have to respect is the number of days in the school for a year. But how we organize that, we're completely free, and I think that's very important. My colleague, Christian, is one of the 2 centers for whole Switzerland for his profession. So he has a lot of people who come from far away, and they stay in school for 2 or 3 weeks. And in my part, it's more farmers from the region, so they come only 1 day a week, the 2 first years, and in the 3rd year, we have to give much more knowledge. They come full time, but only during the winter, because the company, the farmers say, we don't need them in the winter. Okay, they can milk the cow in the morning, and then they go to school, and don't do the school too long. So they're back to milk in the afternoon. So we have to do so. We could say, no, we don't care, we do as we want. But then it's finished with cooperation. So we have to find a deal with our farmers to have a system that fits. And that's not so easy. So different case, different possibilities. He told me, you have to show a lot. So, and branch course, as you see, is rather block. Okay. The challenge is to work together. Definitely is to have all those actors combining their activities. I see that the watch is going fast. So I will not speak much more longer. Swiss watch, yeah. Just the challenge we have to do now, and what we will explain this afternoon in the session is we had a big change in our system. We used to have a training plan going on chemistry, phytopathology, ecology, and so on. And now we are really competence-based teaching, so far away from abstract. At the end of the day, we must be able to say the apprentice is able to. That's really the main sentence. I am able to do that. As a professional, I'm able to prepare a field and preserve the natural resource. I'm able to feed the cow and so on. And what my colleague will, just what I want to say, our school is an old school, 125 years old. So we have the monks who started our school. It was religion, it was very straight, with a long tradition. We try to keep this tradition of really having apprentice and master. It sounds old when I say. I don't want to leave those names away. The coach and the apprentice. I think that's really the heart of the whole system. What Christian will explain this afternoon is in his school, it's about construction, infrastructure, traffic, how they put the learning documentation in the middle of the cooperation, something concrete, a document. And he will also explain how the training plan has been constructed. As I say, in the middle, in the heart, is the relationship between those two persons. The rest is only garniture, we say in French. Okay, thank you.
So, thank you very much. Thank you very much for a very interesting presentation. It seems like you have a very tight cooperation between the vet system and the labor market in Switzerland, and you are very flexible concerned the way you organize it, and flexible depending on which industry the education is meant to anyway, you will also have a bag, so please. And as you said, there will be a workshop later today where you will go in depth into your presentation. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ja,